Hello guys, in this video I will show you how to create a retro-wave sound by using very simple plugins. To create a commercial track you will need Ableton Live 11, Native Instruments Kontakt, our plugin Maestro, Valhalla Vintage Reverb, Shapebox 3, Fat Filter. All links can be found in the description. Let's get started. Maestro is a visually quite simple synthesizer with simple and clear settings. Here on the panel you can rate the resonance, there is a high-pass filter, and most importantly for retro wave track cars, usually there is quite a lot of it in this style. And release, which is responsible for how long the sound will continue to play after we release the key. I like this sound from the presets, and now we'll start writing chord progression. First let's set the BPM at a frequency of 115 and we will write in C minor, a little lower. We can raise it and make a so-called appeal. Move the middle notes up. Let's try to filter out the high frequencies a little. To do this, we turn the filter knob to the right. Let's add reverb. I'm using a popular plugin called Valhalla Vintage Reverb. It creates an ambience with the track, a feeling of a real room or a concert hall. When setting it up, I adjust the mix and decay parameters. Mix is responsible for how much space will be added in general. The decay parameter controls the decay rate of the reverberation. The larger the parameter, the larger the room in which the instrument appears. We have this sequence of chords in C minor, first going down the notes and then going back up. And let's try to make the tail of reverb a little larger. For this, we turn the decay knob a little. You can experiment with all the parameters and find what you like. And let's tighten it up a little using Shapebox. Shapebox is a sidechain, and a sidechain is a base of retrowave tracks. Sidechain is a very popular processing tool. It allows you to work with dynamics and volume on the track. It also adds some energy to it. To say simply, it reduces the volume on the instrument at a certain time. The main parameters that we adjust are the overall strength of the effect and the speed at which the sound appears. Here I choose a quarter. To do this, I will use the Shapebox plugin. Here we go to the sidechain tab by clicking this button. Let's make the mix parameter a little smaller. Great. Now all this needs to be supplemented with some kind of bass. For this I will use Serum because the main library that we use in the track is more suitable for the atmosphere and leading instruments. And in Serum we will select some kind of bass with a clear attack. Yes, this one's perfect. Duplicate the root notes of the chord. We add a bass instrument to the new track, copying the lowest note of the previously written chords, the root notes. Next we need the bass to play not only at the moment of the chord but constantly. Therefore we duplicate each root note several times but only as long as its chord plays. This is the bass line, and we will also definitely put Shapebox on it, because this is what creates the atmosphere of that very synthwave and retrowave groove. Next we copy our already created melody, lower it several layers lower, and suggest using some kind of arpeggiator. Arpeggiator is a very popular Ableton plugin which allows you to play notes in a certain order. And one more instrument from our Maestro library for more atmosphere. We extend all our notes in this way and I think we can raise it. Let's open Maestro and look here for some other sounds. By the way, this library has 3 operating modes. The first normal, which we used for the chord sequence. There are also versions with such vibrato effects that can be used very well for some sound design. So let's take some piano and throw an arpeggiator on top. You can choose a more interesting sequence. The standard Ableton arpeggiator has several types of playback. The notes play in a certain sequence. I choose among them up, up, down, down, random, etc. In this end, I choose down up, down up. In addition, the arpeggiator adjusts the speed of playing notes. And you can try some other sounds, perhaps we need something different. In retrowave tracks, vibrato is often used on the lead instruments. Let's speed it up more. And let's take it to the right channel. To do this, we will turn this parameter to minus so that it simply complements our main composition. And raise the melody an octave higher. And further, I think we need to reinforce our mid frequencies with some kind of pad, so that it all sounds denser. Let's take the already familiar maestro and listen to what we can choose here for this track. This instrument seems to me is the most dense in the mid frequencies. The S on each track is responsible for solo, so you can make sure only the selected track sounds. C is for center, a parameter indicating that the sound plays in the center. By moving sliders from left to right, we can choose whether it appears left or right part of stereo panorama. And let's work with the pad equalization. As an equalizer, I use a popular third-party plugin called FaEmi Filter. I can find it by pressing Ctrl F in the Ableton. Turn on solo mode of the layer at the bottom with the letter S on the right side of the sequencer, throw on the equalizer, cut out the lower frequencies here like this. Equalization is done to give each instrument its own frequency range. The main frequencies in the pad are medium, so I cut off the lower ones just in case, so that there would be no conflicts with the bass. And also add reverb shapebox sidechain. We copy shapebox from previously created tracks. To do this, select the desired plugin with the left mouse button. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V to add track with a new instrument, in this case a pad. Turn on the solo track mode and listen to what we get. Let's reduce our arpeggiator a little. We remove the lower frequencies because they do not play any role in the instrument, and we add high frequencies to make the sound brighter. Let's add delay to create an echo that will fill the space and add dimension. Any plugin that I used in this video can be found using the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and F. Then in Ableton search we enter the name of the plugin. If one is installed on the PC, we transfer it to the track. In such genres you can safely add more mix to delay and reverb because the adopted atmosphere allows the use of extreme parameters. And so this is how we got the blend. All that remains is to add the drum part. For this I will use Addictive Drums too. Here you need to find a library called Real Machine Selections. These are very atmospheric drums with a retro sound. Specifically, we will use Lean Drum. And we'll just write a straight rhythm for our work. You can also substitute a kick under the snare, but make it a little quieter. And we put hi-hat on the weak beat. And I wanted to make more sidechain. Let's tweak this parameter here a little. Great! To make everything sound even more interesting, I suggest adding the following app-based sound. so that it plays like a melody of a voice. I think it sounds great on high notes, and we just need to add more high frequencies. There is more horizontal release, we don't need a filter here. You can also add the Echo Boy plugin, this is delay, which we have already used before. As an experiment, you can try using the Rotary plugin. This is a plugin that emulates an old recording as if we were listening to the sound from a record. Let's make a loop. Select with the left mouse button the areas that we want to scratch and press Ctrl and L. Let's improvise a little. In the piano roll, we will align where we slightly miss the grid. And then you can repeat the same melody, copy, paste in the next square. We play chords slightly in the left ear, arpeggios in the right, so I think the lead instrument can be left-right in the center. The second option is to do auto-panning. For this, we'll look for and apply the auto-pan tool to it and make it float a little from the left channel to the right. We can also use addictive drums to add some transition to our composition. They are suitable sounds that are often used for this. For example, when we have a transition in the melody, we can accentuate it even with more drums, and this kind of interruption here. And so we have the main part of the track ready, and we'll look at how to create a complete structure to turn our newborn musical child into full-fledged composition with an introduction, development and ending in the next lesson. Like the video if it was useful for you, and we will be glad to receive any feedback in the comments. See you later guys, bye!